see. My computer is really slow. I don't know what is going on with my computer, but apparently I have to clean it off, and I'm really afraid to do that. So it's still slow because I'm afraid to do that. So bear with me. Okay, so thank you guys so much for jumping on. I can't believe it is 2016. Holy cow. I don't know where the time has gone. But it has almost been, in March, it'll be my 3-year anniversary for Beachbody. So that's pretty cool. But I want you guys tonight is just going to kind of be, I want to talk about goals. I want to talk about writing stuff down. So it is going to be a little bit more of an interactive call than usual. I know the last couple weeks we didn't have calls. And first of all, I want to thank you guys so much. Going into this past year, I'll tell you, I had a goal set that our team would be 5-star elite, but I wasn't set on it. I was kind of like, I'm focusing on the team, I'm focusing on coaches, and, if it happens, it happens. And then it got closer and closer to the end of the year, and I was like, holy cow, this is going to happen. And so I think, and I believe that as a leader of the team, and then as you guys as coaches and leaders of your own teams, we can do a better job of goal planning, setting, and hitting them. I am kind of which is kind of weird because I'm like a loud person, and like outgoing person, but I'm kind of like, I play it safe because I don't want to disappoint myself, and I get really down on myself if I don't reach my goals. So this year my goal is actually 2 big scary goals, and make goals that maybe right now in my head don't make sense and that might scare the crap out of me. But the bigger the goal you can set, you might not always reach that specific goal, but instead of setting your goal down here and being able to meet it, if you're setting your goal up here, maybe you're all the way up here, but you're falling short just a little bit. So you're actually pushing past that comfort zone. You're pushing past the your own threshold per se. So first of all, I haven't really been, I've said it a couple times, but I haven't really been able to officially say it because tomorrow we receive the official call from corporate if we are in fact a 5-star elite team. So I've kind of been on the down low with it all. And for some of you, you might have no idea what that means, which is okay, because when I just started, I had no idea what that meant. But so basically what it means is that we have 5 diamonds on the team, and because of not just the diamonds, but we have had to have over 85 coaches, all staying active, all working, all every single time you guys hit Success Club, every single time you guys boost your volume, that all matters, okay? That all matters. So every single thing that you do matters, and they all equate to points. And each year, it actually gets harder and harder to hit elite because you have to surpass your past year. So, the goal is to continue growing, so it shouldn't be that difficult. However, it's a very amazing accomplishment as a team for us to hit elite. So tomorrow, fingers crossed, my volume is going to be high on my phone so I can hear it no matter where I am in the house to hopefully be receiving that call. to be able to say that we have become a elite team this year. And so, like I've said, I've kind of been hush-hush about it, not saying anything, because I'm not a person to be able to celebrate until I know that it's for sure. But I'm pretty sure we are. So I just want to thank you guys, because literally every single person that has joined this team has been able to help push us there. Even if they are a discount coach, you have been able to push us there. And I cannot thank you guys enough. I get emotional every time I talk about this. But thank you. This is something that was just huge for me, and my goal is to help people. And you know, when I first started, I didn't understand the impact it would have to have all of you guys coaches underneath me, because I didn't understand how, you know, those tentacles would go out. Every coach you bring on, you're able to impact that many more people's lives, because the people that I know and the people that I reach are completely different network than the people that Kyle is. So without bringing on you guys as coaches, we would never be able to reach the amount of people that we have been able to. So I want to thank you guys so much, because it means the world to me. Once I understood that concept of being able to bring on coaches who share the same goal to help more people, then everything just kind of started clicking. So thank you guys for all of your hard work this past year, and for joining us, for trusting your upline coach to join, and just sharing the same passion of helping people get healthier, living longer lives, living healthier lives, just living better lives. So thank you. I really, really appreciate it. So enough with my sappiness. So tonight I want to talk about goals, right? So it's the beginning of 2016. Some of you have been in the business for a year. Some of you have been in the business for a week. It doesn't matter. Number one, the most important thing is that you're on this call, or you're listening to this call because you couldn't make it. Getting on calls is the bread and butter of pushing yourself, of making these goals and dreams happen. So tonight, I want to spend some time of you guys actually writing down your goals. I'm going to share some of mine with you. And so as a Beachbody coach, we call these our dream boards. And what I would really love if for everybody goes on to Canva. It's called canva.com with a C. And you can actually pull different pictures. It just gives you more of a visual, because it's very important that you put these goals in front of you every single day. I will tell you, there's days where it is hard. There are times when I'm like, I don't feel like posting, like I'm sick, or when I was pregnant, I'm so tired, I just can't do it. But then I'm like, no, I got to do it, because in the long run, it matters. So if I didn't have those goals set, if I didn't have a vision of where I wanted this business to go, then all of those times, all of those excuses would have been more valuable, more, I would have entertained that idea and not done what I needed to do just because of that. So it is important to have a dream board. It is important to have goals. And I will tell you, it is important to make them scary, big goals. Because if you don't meet them, that's okay. But you're that much further along than you would have been if you had, set your goals down here versus up here. Because if you're meeting your goals, you're just here, right? If you set your goals all the way up here and you're just falling short, look how much further along you are. So, and this is not just for Beachbody. I want to make that very clear. Yes, I want you guys to think about Beachbody as far as, how, like maybe what your income, what you want to be making. Maybe with your Beachbody, you want to pay off student loans. Maybe you want to be able to buy a car. You know, with Beachbody, you want to bring on 4 coaches every single month. Maybe you want to be hitting Success Club 5 or 10 every single month. So those things matter, but I also want you to think big picture, right? Because to me, I love Beachbody. I stand behind Beachbody 150%, but that's not my life goal. My life goal is not to be a Beachbody coach, right? My life goal is more of big picture. So, and I've shared this before, but I want to either start or be able to fund a pregnancy center, a crisis pregnancy center. That's something that is important to me because I got pregnant unexpectedly. And so I want to be able to help young girls, teenage girls who were like me, and be able to support them and be able to give them what they need and the information that they need. And so that's big picture, right? And you might not know exactly what that is right now. But, you know, whether it's giving more or whatever it is, those are things outside of Beachbody that the Beachbody money will be able to help. Does that make sense? Yes? Head nod, yes, no, circle, I'm not sure. Okay. All right. Okay. Because like I said, I kind of look at Beachbody as, yes, I want to help people get healthier and fit, but it's also financially a platform. It's a platform to be able to give you those things that maybe you just never dreamed of. Because the truth of the matter is that with Beachbody, there's no ceiling. Yes, it requires work. Yes, it requires sacrifice. And yes, it might take 2, 3, 4, 5 years to get where you want to go. But if you're working a job right now, you're at a ceiling. They're not going to say, oh, wow, you did so great this year. We're going to raise your salary from $60,000 to $150,000, right? Like that just doesn't happen. So there's a ceiling. In Beachbody, you create whatever you want. There is absolutely no ceiling. Okay? So I want you to understand that. And so when looking at your goals, think not just in this year, not just, you know, in the next couple months, but think long term. Because that stuff matters. That's going to be a push goal. So, you know, if you have kids, one of my things, I want to be able to pay for my kids' college, right? Because most of you probably have student loans and we're like, oh my gosh, like here we are going to be paying off our student loans for the rest of our lives. Like, I don't want to pass it on to my kids. I want to be able to say, go to school, work your butt off, and you don't have to have that debt the rest of your life. So think long term too. I want to just say a couple quotes. So the first quote is, go after your goals no matter how unattainable others may think they are. And I think too, some of you are brand new coaches or a couple months in as coaches. And this resonates a lot with me because when you first become a coach and you start talking to people and you start to get these big ideas, you start to get excited, you start to get these big goals, other people might think you're crazy. Okay? Other people might be like, that's a pyramid scheme. That's this and that. That's garbage. You're never going to make any money with that. Believe me, I heard it. And most of the time you hear it from the people that matter most to you, right? You hear it from your spouse. You hear it from a girlfriend or boyfriend. You hear it from your parents. Okay? I know that my dad and other people, friends and what have you, made those comments about me. But this is where that you got to get thick skin and say, I am going to trust the process, right? Just like a workout, you're not going to see the results immediately. You just have to trust the process and do it. Follow the program, follow the meal plan, trust the process. Coaching is the same way. You just have to trust the process. If you're doing 3 vital behaviors, you're getting on calls, you're making the time to do it, it will happen. You might not see it overnight. You might not see it in a year, but over time, that compound effect happens. And all of a sudden, you went from making, $20 a week to making a couple thousand, 4,000, 5,000 a week, if not more. Okay? So try to just, and I say this all the time, but brush your shoulder off, right? Just brush it off. Okay, say what you need to say, because my husband was a skeptic. My dad was a skeptic. People unfriended me. People blocked me because they thought I was crazy. And I will tell you, I'm not crazy. Okay, things are happening. And, I made a post that, or I told you guys, if you watch that video, when I started Beachbody, I didn't have goals really. I just was excited about Shakeology. I loved Shakeology, and I told everybody about it. So I was making a lot of Shakeology sales because I said everybody needs to be on this. But then when I found out that I was going to be losing my job, I realized, okay, like I need to look at this more as a business standpoint, and see if I can make up that money. And I was able to do that in 3 months' time. And I was able to double that in 2.5 years. So it is not all about the money. I'll tell you that. I've never made it about the money. And if I did, I probably wouldn't be in the business anymore. I've made it about my coaches, my just the community, just helping people. But it's there. That possibility is there. And so if I had listened to all those people, and if I had allowed those people who, unfriended me or said, this is ridiculous, this is a pyramid scheme, and I said, oh, fine, I'm just not going to do it. Or on those days when I was so tired and when I was, whatever, and I let it get the best of me, I said, this isn't worth it. I would be back at a job, away from my kids, making less money than I'm making now. So don't let those naysayers get to you. It's not worth it. And although they might think you're crazy right now, they might be giving you some, negative feedback. They might be giving you pushback, whatever. My whole thing is, shake it off and prove them wrong, right? Just prove them wrong. Just stay consistent and do it. And so as, the first call of the year, I want to go over these goals because it is attainable. Those crazy things that people say aren't attainable, they are attainable. So let's see. I'm going to share a couple of mine with you. Some of them might seem ridiculous. And if you've known me for any amount of time, you will know I'm severely disorganized. I am the fly by the seat of my pants type of person. And in some ways it's good, but in some ways it's terrible because I know I have coaches that are very organized and want times and and it's bad. It is bad. So in a business standpoint, it's bad. So that is one of my goals, is to get organized, be on time for things. It all plays into my life, but also my business. I want to get my website up and running officially and organized the way I want it to be. I want to help 10 new coaches go diamond this year. I want to go on a family vacation. I want to make sure that church, there's no excuses. I am there unless I'm sick. I want to help to teach the diamonds to be more stable, earning more money, just really working hands-on, one-on-one with you guys. I want to be able to pay off my car. I want to spend more time with my kids. I want to be better with my time management. I want to, let's see what else. I want to create a devotional, a workout devotional. Also do a 30-day workout program. Create my own, that is. Let's see. So those are a couple of mine. I have a ton on this board. So, but anyways, so some of them are personal. I want to take a family vacation. I don't know if I said that. Some of them are personal, but see, Beachbody will fuel that, right? Because as I mentioned before, Beachbody, there's no ceiling. So it's all dependent upon how you work, who you connect with, and it's possible. So I want you to take a couple of minutes and write down some personal goals, maybe some financial goals, some goals as to how many coaches maybe you want to bring on, or how many Success Club points you want to be hitting, how many people a month you want to be helping. I want to be helping at least 15 a month. So make them scary a little bit, because some of these are a little scary for me. They kind of seem out of, like, that can never happen. I remember the first time I did my dream board, I wanted to get a big SUV. And I was like, oh, I don't know if this is going to happen. I really want one. We were having another child. So, but we did it. And so make them scary. Okay. So I'm going to be quiet, shut my mouth for a little bit. And I want you guys to write out some of those goals. Some of those goals that you might think are completely unattainable. And, you know, some of them can be this year, some of them can be in a couple years. Like I mentioned, you know, paying for our school for our kids. You know, obviously we have little ones, and so that's going to be at least, you know, 8 years away from having them go to college, but it's still something to think about now. So have at it, grab a pencil or pen, paper, and I want you to write a couple of these things down. All right. So I know some of you are still writing, which is great. This is something that should take time. It should be something that you can go literally down to the detail and really write out. I mean, it can be down to the week. And that's truly what I want to do with you guys. So from your dream board, whether you take a picture of what you have written down or you create another one on Canva, you know, you can make it more of a visual. I want you to keep these goals in front of you. So, for example, you know, if your goal this year is to take your family on a vacation, I want you to print out that vacation. Wherever you want to go, you print that out and you put that on your fridge. You put that on your dashboard. You put that in front of your face so that in those times when you say, I can't do this, in those times when you say, I don't want to do this, you're going to look at that photo and you're going to say, no, I am. I am. Because that goal means more to me than how I'm feeling right now. Okay? As I mentioned, there are so many things that have gotten in the way of me running this business. I mean, between, you know, being pregnant, having my husband sick and almost dying of pneumonia, from having him traveling for a long period of time, for my kids being sick in the hospital, from just all kinds of craziness. There's been many times where I have said, I just can't do this, or I just don't feel like doing this right now. And is this really worth it? I mean, a year and a half ago now, you know, I felt like my business was going nowhere. I was hosting calls and having one person on the call for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. And I was like, what the heck? I'm doing all the right things. But I remember Melanie Mitro, who knows her stuff. She is the top coach last year and this year of the entire company, who is our upline. I know her personally, and she said, just keep doing the 3 vital behaviors, be consistent, and it will all click. Don't give up. It's just going to click. One day, it's just going to click. Keep doing it, no matter what. And I remember her telling me that, and I was like, okay, like, when is this going to happen, right? Like, I'm doing all the right things. I'm doing the 3 vital behaviors, and I'll go over that because I know some of you have no idea what I'm talking about. And I was like, what the heck? Like, what am I doing wrong? I know I'm doing everything that I can possibly be doing. And it just took time. That's all it did. And finally, like, after a month or two of me being like, you know, it's really getting old. Like, I feel like my business is going nowhere. All of a sudden, it just clicked. So the 3 vital behaviors, I really want you guys to commit to them this year. Like, seriously commit to them, because there's a reason why they're 3, and there's a reason why they're called vital. Because if you miss out on one of them, you are going to lack in your business. And so it's a must that you do these things. So 1 is be a product of the product. So that means you are drinking your Shakeology. That means you are doing your workouts, right? Being a product of the product. And I'm going to throw some clean eating in there too, because if you're just eating cookies and cake and pizza, probably not the best healthy example for your clients. They're going to be like, why am I not losing weight, right? So be a product of the product. Number 2 is to be doing your personal development. This is This is just huge. And I know this was something that when I became a coach was like, what? I don't like to read. I don't want to do this. Like, I hate reading. I'm a slow reader. I just hate it. But I've learned to find ways around it, and I actually enjoy reading now. This is a piece where it's so important, especially as a new coach, because you're going to get more negativity as you begin because it's brand new. It's something where people around you are going to judge you. They're going to question you. They're going to say, this is a pyramid scheme. You can't make money doing this, yada, 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 right? So it's a must. What I do typically, I still don't have a ton of time to read because I have 3 crazy boys. I listen to podcasts, and it's free to download. So I just have podcasts on my iPhone, and there is a plethora of information there. Okay. So there's, the Beachbody one, which is the National Wake Up Calls. That's definitely a must. That keeps you up to date on things, what's going on in the company, and it also allows you to hear from the top coaches. So obviously, if you get to hear from the top coaches, you probably should do something similar to what they're doing, right? They know their stuff. So there's the Shailene Show. There's the School of Greatness. I mean, there's just goes on and on and on. Shaun T has one. So, you can look up anything. You can look up marriage stuff. You can literally anything. Podcasts have become my best friend. And once again, because I don't have a ton of time, I will listen to it when I'll multitask. So I listen to it while I'm driving. I listen to it while I'm getting ready. I listen to it when I'm in the shower. I listen to it while I'm making breakfast, while I'm folding laundry. I have to multitask because I just don't have the time to sit down and devote undivided attention to reading all the time. So yes, build your tribe. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Shailene Johnson, first of all, okay, let's just talk about Shailene Johnson. She is the #1 businesswoman in the world. Hello. She knows what she's doing. And she's a part of Beachbody. Awesome. Yeah. So, plus, she's a great woman all around. She's so grounded, and she's just amazing. So, build your tribe. That's another one of hers. And so there's like I said, there's so much. There's network marketing stuff, all kinds of things. But get into podcasts. Start listening because you need to spend time on building yourself up. If I didn't do that, I would not be doing this anymore. I would have given up a long time ago. I would not understand network marketing. I would not understand how to build my Facebook. I would not understand Instagram. There are so many things that podcasts will teach you. So get on the personal development bandwagon. It is a must. It will change your life, not just for Beachbody, but on all kinds of levels. So that is #2. And then #3 is invite. So invite is what they say. And of course, this is a piece that might be a little outside of your comfort zone, but if you're not inviting people to join you, to join your challenge groups, to join our challenge groups, to join Beachbody, to join coaching, then they're never going to know. Not everybody's going to come to you and be like, oh my gosh, that post was great. What are you doing? You look so great. A lot of people don't feel comfortable doing that, especially if they don't know you well. So make sure that you are making the connections, that you are reaching out to people. Because I will tell you, 99% of people that are, on the team, maybe not that high, but 90% of the people that are on the team is because you or I or another coach has reached out to them personally. So if you think of what is on your face, what were you eating? Chocolate.
Cookie.
I don't even know we had cookies. But so it's about creating that connection. So if you think about recruiting, right? So there's headhunters, for example. They personally reach out to somebody who thinks that they would be a wonderful fit for a job. So they're going to compliment that person. And a lot of times it can be intimidating, I feel, for coaches, because they look at it more as like I don't want to be salesy, I don't want to be this, but it doesn't have to be. If you think somebody would make a great coach, tell them. Say, you are great at X, Y, and Z. I love what you post. I think you're so motivational, whatever. I would love for you to join my team. Does not have to be scary. That's not scary. They hire people to do that. You know, this is something you're complimenting them. You're telling them how great they are. Tell them you want them on your team. That's an honor. That's something that will make them feel loved and wanted and accepted and like they're doing something great. So it shouldn't be something scary. It should be something that is amazing. You know, you have the ability to make somebody's day. And if that's inviting them to coach, to, join a challenge group, then that's what you do. So make sure that you're reaching out to people. We say, Beachbody says, reach out to 2 people a day. I say, if you want to build something, you reach out to as many people a day as you can. Kyle and I and some other coaches have said, we're reaching out to 10 people a day. Sometimes it's more. Sometimes we say, okay, yesterday we didn't get enough in. We're doing 25 today, 30, 20. So, and it doesn't always, let me set this straight. It's not, hey, join my challenge group. It's, how are you doing? You start a conversation first. You get to know them. You talk to them. And then you tell them how wonderful they are and how you want them on your team. So, nothing scary. But yes, you have to talk to people, okay? People are going to connect with you. People don't want to connect with whoop-de-doo. There's a picture of T25 on your Facebook feed. That's not going to make people want to work with you. It's you personally sharing your story, sharing what you're doing, and inviting them personally. That's going to make them want to work with you. So, and there's a ton, like I said, podcasts are so important. Personal development is so important because it will build you up to understand how much you can impact people and to learn how important you yourself are. Like, you guys are here. You have a passion to help people. You are here because you have such a great purpose in this world. And you guys need to know that. You can impact and help people change their lives and live longer lives, because instead of getting diabetes, they followed your plan because they connected with you, and they now don't have to take that medicine, and they are fit and healthy, and they can run around with their kids and their grandkids again. That is what you're doing. It's not about selling T25 and throwing Shaun T's face up on your newsfeed. You guys have such an amazing purpose in this world, and you get to share that with other people. So really, really think about that, because I'm not kidding. You guys are here for such a wonderful purpose, and the amount of lives that you impact truly depends on you. You can sit and say, I'm not, good enough at this, or you can say, no, I'm here to help people, so I'm going to go help people. I'm going to go talk to people. Right? It's your choice. Your value doesn't change because you're very valuable. You are worth more than you can ever imagine. That value doesn't change. It's what you're saying to yourself that matters, and that what will change your attitude and the outcome of your business. So the personal development, the podcast, helps to kind of close off that negative talk and build you up to understand your true value and how you can help people. That's why it's so important. because I know a lot of people struggle. A lot of people struggle with posting. A lot of people struggle with reaching out to people. And if you can just understand how valuable you are, the information, how valuable that is, how many lives you can change, then it doesn't matter if you are shy, because you can go help save somebody's life. This is the preventative stuff that doctors will not teach their people, right? They just give them medicine, mask a diabetic problem, and that's that. We get to prevent that or change it. That is powerful. So, does anybody have any questions on what those 3 vital behaviors are? No? Okay. So I want you guys to commit to those 3 things every single day. And then on top of that, yes, get on calls. It is so important to get on these calls. Every week we have something different. We have different speakers. And also Melanie Mitro, the #1 coach, like I had mentioned, we're part of her downline. So we have access to all of her stuff. Her calls are on Monday nights. If you're not a part of the Dream Team on Facebook, let me know if you want to be a part of it, and I will add you. You'll have access to all of the files, all of everything, okay? And for those of you who are new, all of our previous recordings and things like that are in our file section. They're in our file section in our team. So you can play around. There's different stuff in our actual Facebook page as well. But yes, Melanie, you have access to all of her stuff too. I try not to add you guys to too many things because not every single coach wants to really truly work the business. So I keep you in, the basic stuff, and then if you want anything further, then just let me know, or let your upline know, and we'll get you in there, okay? Like I had mentioned, when I started, I loved fitness, loved health, but I didn't have any background in it other than sports and, just self-taught things, basically. But these calls changed my business. So get on calls also. I'll challenge you to get on calls with your upline coach. The people I talk to on a regular basis, meaning every week or every other week on a phone call, like a 30-minute phone call, are the ones who I've seen take off with their business. So schedule calls with your upline or me, and we'll definitely find a time to do that. And as I had mentioned, I'm severely unorganized, so I need times. I need to know, okay, every Tuesday we're talking at 2. Every Wednesday, Amanda and I are talking at 5, whatever it is, or every other Wednesday. Then I can put it in my planner, and I know. If we don't have a time set, it's like, bleh. It might happen, it might not. I don't know. So that's me. And any of you guys in my downline have access to me. So even though I might not be your personally sponsored, if you want to schedule a call, just message me. Okay. All right, cool. So there's another quote that I just wanted to say, because the truth of the matter is, we can have all these dreams, right? We can write these dream boards, and that's all good and fine. And, it's great to say, I want to, help 10 coaches this year. But if it's not intentional, if I don't take action, then what is it? All it is ever a dream. It's not a plan. It's not something that's actually happening. So that's why I want you guys to schedule a call with somebody to help hold you accountable. Because as an upline coach, we're able to kind of help you kind of like backfill. So if you have a goal, like your end year goal, let's say you want to be a 2-star diamond coach, then as your upline, I'm going to say, all right, we're going to do this, but let's break it down into a month by month basis. How many coaches you need to be getting on board, how many people you need to be reaching out to a day. Once you have that big goal, we can backtrack and figure out smaller goals that are more attainable. So every single week, every single month, you have something to hit. Okay, so there's smaller goals that are going to lead you up that ladder to hit your big goal. So it's very important that once you get this dream board, on paper, you talk to somebody that can help you get there and set those smaller goals that will help get you there. So this quote is, let your dreams be bigger than your fears, your actions louder than your words, and your faith stronger than your feelings. And that really resonates with me because we all have fears, right? I mean, I have fears. I will doubt myself sometimes. But your dreams and your actions have to be louder and bigger than those doubts and those fears. And when you can get there, when you can quiet that negativity, quiet those fears and say, I don't care, I'm going to push past that comfort zone and I'm going to do it anyways, that is when the magic happens. So schedule a call with your upline or with me, and we can help you get where you want to go, because I know every single one of you has completely different goals. So it will help us too, as your upline, to kind of help you go where you want to go, because there's nothing worse than your upline pushing you in a direction that you personally don't want to go because it's not your goal. Okay, so my own personal goal is to help you reach your goals so that you're getting where you want to go, because I never want to push you guys to a place because of my own personal goals. Does that make sense? Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much for getting on this call. I would love for you, since you took the time to write out some of your goals, if you can, let's post them in a feed on our Fearless and Fit page. And that will kind of help us hold each other accountable, because that's another piece that is magical about Beachbody. When you have people that hold you accountable, you can push yourself and push your business so much further. And it's the same thing with your fitness. That's why Beachbody is different. We have accountability groups, and that's why people see success, right? There's so many people that buy DVDs that never do them because they don't have the accountability. And when you put that accountability piece in there, you are golden. You are set. So whether it's your upline coach or another coach in this group or another group, tell them your goals, talk to them, hold each other accountable so that you can push each other there. That is when everything will come together and come full circle. So thank you guys once again. I am really excited for 2016. I think that this is going to be just an incredible year. There's so many good things happening already, and I'm so excited to meet some of you this weekend and to hang out. I'm going to send that group text out probably tomorrow so we can all kind of just talk about what's going on. We have the training on set. Well, we have the Super Friday. All of that, doors open at 6, so it's like the mingle time coming 6 o'clock, and then we have a short break after all of that, and then we get changed into our workout gear, and we are going to work out. And then Saturday morning, I'm helping host another workout, and then we have training, and then we're going to have fun and party together and celebrate. Okay? I'm really excited. All right, so you guys have a wonderful night. Once again, schedule that call, post your dreams, and let's make 2000 something that you right now can't even believe is going to happen. All right? All right, guys, have a wonderful night. I will, oh, another thing too. We are going to do Thursday morning, 6 o'clock, we do power hours. I know some of you are different time zones. East Coast, 6 o'clock a.m. It is a great time to utilize as a power hour where literally you just focus. We kind of get on a call to hold each other accountable, and then we're quiet most of the time. Sometimes we have questions and we talk a little bit, but it's our time to be like, I'm messaging a bajillion people during this time, getting back to people. Most people aren't talking at that time, so it gives you an opportunity to reach a ton of people in the morning hours, and then throughout the day they get back to you. So Thursday mornings, 6 a.m. You okay? We're going to be starting that up again, all right? Okay, cool. We hope to see you there. We'll be posting a link. And for sure, Kyle is going to be kind of in charge of that. I'm going to try and make them as much as possible. Might have to jump off a little early. If you watch my video, you know that I have some therapies and stuff to go over with my son. So it's like schedule a little off right now than it typically is. So Kyle for sure will be there. And I am going to try and make it as much as possible. All right. Okay, guys, thank you so much. Have a wonderful night. Bye, guys.
Why is nobody